Under the firearm registration system, the owner of a firearm shall transmit to the Bureau, the FBI, the make, model, and serial number of the firearm, the identity of the owner of the firearm, the date the firearm was acquired by the owner, and where the firearm is or will be stored. You might be thinking that that's a little bit of a stretch. You'd be right, but hang on. Also, a notice specifying the identity of any person to whom in any period of time during which the firearm will be loaned to the person. So if you're planning to loan a firearm to a son or daughter, and we'll get more on that later because age is going to be an issue, or a friend, a family member of any sort, don't think you're still going to be able to do that, because you're not. So I'm going to give them every bit of this personal information on me and every bit of the specific information on those guys, as well as where to find me and all of these guys. You see where this is going, right? Access. This is access to this information. The Attorney General shall make the contents of the database accessible to all members of the public. Listen to what I'm saying. It says in black and white, to all members of the public. So everybody and anybody who wants to know where my firearms are, what firearms I have, how many I have, who they belong to, and all of that pertinent information that pertains to me and my firearms, now will know what I've got and where I have them at all times. Because if I don't give this information to the federal government, they can penalize me or throw me in jail. We'll get to that later on. Do you see any problem with there being a public database with all of this information? You heard the phrase doxing before, right? Where basically somebody posts information about a particular person, and I'm simplifying this, but information is posted about a particular person that is somewhat private or private in nature, and either gives their address as to where you can find them to harass them or whichever. So now when somebody has a problem with me watching this video, so now She-Jack is going to wait till something like this is passed. Then they're going to have some anonymous person say, Paul's got all this stuff at his house, blah, 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 all this good stuff. Next thing I know, I got somebody kicking my door in or whatever. Or even if it's not a criminal, even if it's somebody camping out on my front doorstep to harass me and my family because I've got a bunch of guns and that's unsafe. This could go south really fast. And again, that's not even going off into the tangent that this could be like Amazon for criminals, to go onto this database and simply look for somebody that has a bunch of firearms. And heck, I don't put a lot of my personal information on my own Facebook page, but what better way to farm firearms illegally than to monitor somebody's Facebook that you have on a list that you've acquired from the Attorney General, the federal government, that shows every single gun, and you can figure out what kind of value you have. Heck, you can have prices ready for every gun that person possesses, and simply watch their Facebook account for when they go out to eat. You know how everybody wants to post when they're going out to eat. It takes 15 minutes to come in here and wipe somebody out. This is a dangerous and very slippery slope. It's much more than a slippery slope that we're dealing with right here.